Now this is a Weber barbecue. I've used gas barbecues before, but I don't like them. I like coal or anything I can put wood chips in is great. Now underneath is where the ashes go, and of course I put ashes in the bucket afterwards. But the main part of this video is I want to show you how to recycle your charcoal. All right, and you're probably thinking, what do you mean recycling? All right, what I do is after I'm done, I close the bottom vents and I close the top vents too. All right, and suffocate the charcoals so I can use them again next time. So what I've done here is I've moved everything to the center. And I'm going to stop the video for a moment. I'm going to set up this device, if I can untangle the tripod, that device, which is time for me to replace once I get some cash on me. And actually show you how to reuse the coals to where you can cook a lot on this little tiny thing. And the coals will never go out. So let me go ahead and get that thing started, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, what I did is I filled up my container over here with coal, and you can see that right here. Alright, this is going to sit on top of this, and the four underneath are going to actually light the rest of it. So you're using very little lighter fluid, okay, on those four. Of course you're going to get it on any coals underneath it, down below. So while this is actually, the air's coming up underneath, you know, and raising this up, it's actually going to cook the rest of the coals in there. So I'm going to light these up. And then I'm going to set this right on top of it. Alright, so what's going to happen now is those will stay lit and light the other ones. I don't want this to fall. Okay, and it'll turn all the coals in this thing all white. Now mind you, it's very warm on top. Okay, and this thing's going to get very warm. So when you grab this again, have a pair of gloves on, really good gloves. That's going to protect you from the heat. Okay, and once this starts getting white up on top, I'll bring the camera back and show you that and spread it out. And a lot of the coals down on the bottom here will be white also. So it's reusing the coals. I'm using probably less than half the coals I would normally use on this barbecue. Little progress report. I hear a lot of crackling. I see flame inside there. So it's doing good. Lots of smoke coming out. Make sure your window over there is closed. You don't want it to get in there. But nice and hot underneath. Okay, and it is getting around to the other coals, like I said. So it's going to turn out really nice. We now have fire visible up on top. And the red glow of heat pretty far out from the bottom, and the top's not quite white yet. I'm going to walk around and you see some of it. It just took a shift too, so you can see way down there that the heat's getting all over the old coils, the coals in there, so it's going to be very useful. Now is that sweet? Look at the glow on the bottom, all the way around, all the way out to the outer coals. That is sweet. It's almost white on top. I'm going to go ahead and tip this over. I have a glove here. I'm just going to wrap around and grab this without it falling toward me. And I'll tell you what, if it's very warm. It is hot. It is hot. Okay. Oh, let me put this on the brick. Whew, boy, the thumb was getting hot on that. All right, so there they are. Alright, so I'm going to scatter these out. Whoo-wee, it's hot. Okay, we need to cool this down. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the grill on, because we got to sanitize this, and this is one way of doing it. It's like being in a hospital and put something on really hot, steaming hot water, and it sanitizes the top. So we're going to just, man, I got no hair on the back of my fingers anymore. It's hot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to cool this down some is I'm going to close this just about half, leaving the bottom all the way open and closing this about half. So I want max air going in, less air coming out, and it's going to make it cooler, not as hot as I want it to be, or that it wants to be. It's very well sealed all the way around. That's one thing you need. in order to suffocate, when you're ready to suffocate the coals, you need a really good seal so no smoke comes out. So I'm going to let that temperature get down a little bit. We want it to be around 375, 400 degrees. And I'm going to show you a thermometer that I use to do that. I'm going to bring the meat out next. I'm going to cut it up, put the meat on there, and actually show you about cooking it.